Hey, hey, hey. This is the maxproud channel. And I hit upon an idea. I know there's been a... Damn, I wish I could tell you who it was. Somebody hit up on a suggestion of a new top 5 list. I know I did a top 5 list some time ago about my favorite basses. And I've gotten, so many more basses since that. Since then. And somebody suggested I'm gonna search to find out who that was, and I'm gonna put it in the credits below of who it was that told me that maybe you should do a new top 5 list because we've gotten so many more basses since then. Another list of my favorite basses. Well, I'll tell you what, I hit up on an idea today. How about my favorite fives, my top 5 favorite fives on here on the Max Proud channel, and we're gonna start off over here with the Ibanez. I got the headstock up here. This is my Ibanez 205, and the Ibanez GSR 205 is a nice lightweight bass. It didn't cost me an arm and a leg, which is my criteria for looking at a bass. It's always got to be lightweight because, as you know, I've been struggling with my weight for years and years and years, and I don't want anything strapped to me that's very heavy. This Ibanez GSR 205 is a great sounding lightweight bass. It has a nice little preamp in it, and it's always been a favorite of mine. Great, as you can see, and there's quite a few GSR 205 owners out there that love this bass like I do. Next over here is my Stiletto, from the Schecter Diamond series, and it's you can see here if I can probably, no, it's kind of hard to see, the Stiletto Extreme 5. Plate over there has the full name of it, but this is my other favorite. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna say which is my favorite and which is my least favorite because they're all my favorite fives. So I'll just I won't go 1 to 5 or 5 down to 1. It's just I like them all. I love them equally. So I'm not gonna get into the what is my favorite. I just because there's so many. So it's just my favorite fives. My 5 favorite fives, and this is the Schecter Diamond series. Stiletto Extreme 5. I'll go down here, show you the craftsmanship of this bass. Beautiful Schecter pickups. They're very nice. Great bridge. Yeah. There we go. Beautiful. So that's 1 and 2. We got the Ibanez GSR 205 and the Stiletto. There we go again. Stiletto Extreme 5, tongue tied. 1 and 2, and here's number 3. The Jackson. I love this thing, man. I love the Jackson. Great bass. Has all the qualities of the other 2 basses, lightweight, 5-string, very close action. I love a close action. I always have. Why? It has an easy play value to me. I don't like to struggle too much in flying around the strings. Some people like a high action off their basses, very strong. I know some of my friends who play bass, especially Kenny, you've probably met in my other videos. Kenny Scott, he likes a very a little higher, not too much higher, but a little higher action, and he's a very hard player. He has those real strong hands that really dig down deep, and so it's because when he plays one of my basses, he's flying all over the place, very quick, because he's used to playing very strong, very hard. Yeah, so this is the JS3 5. Okay, let's go back. One Ibanez GSR 205, and the Schecter Extreme Stiletto 5, and the Jackson JS3 5. Okay, now we come to one of the first fives I've ever bought. This is the Fender Squire, of course. The Fender Squire Jazz Bass 5. The traditional headstock there. That'll come down very strong. Now, of all these fives, this is probably the heaviest as far as weight goes. Now, when I got this, it didn't originally look like this. I put the badass bass bridge on it. It had the more standard 5 bass bridge on it. I wanted to soup it up a little bit. Here are these great sounding Duncan design pickups. They were, that's standard. They were already there. I didn't change them. I did put a preamp in them. This came passive. This all the rest of the basses that I show you all came with preamps in them. This did not. This was a passive bass. I added the preamp into it. I wanted to give it a little more flair. Preamp I bought. What preamp did I get? I forget. I think it was an overseas China job I put in there. Or no, I may have stayed here in America and got one from the, I don't remember. It's been so long. I guess I have to go back. You probably know. I have to go back to my review of this. It's kind of embarrassing. I didn't keep it in my head which preamp I put in there. But it sounds great. And like I said, as far as weight-wise, this is the heaviest of the 5. I think this is a good 9.5, 10 pounds, maybe more, maybe 10.5. So it's kind of a heavy camper. You can feel it when you strap it on. Okay. 5 favorite 5s here. Okay, I'm gonna go back again. Just a reminder. This is the Ibanez GSR 205. The Schecter Stiletto Extreme 5, and the Jackson JS3 5, and the Squire Fender Squire Jazz Bass 5. Yeah. And finally, now this is a surprise. I haven't reviewed this bass yet, and what you might think what was going to be here from the 5s that I've reviewed in the past, there is the Squire Affinity Jazz Bass 5, which is one of the first Squire, well, it is the first Squire 5 that they ever made in the Squire series. You're probably expecting that to be here. Nope, that's not here, because now I have a bass that I don't know, I don't want to hurt the Squire's feelings, but it appeals to me a little bit more, or else the Squire Affinity 5 would have been here. But now I have this new bass that well, it's new as far as me having it. It's not a new bass as far as time is concerned. This is the Peavey Foundation 5. Peavey came out with this bass years ago, and I found one in the store used, and I picked it up and started playing it. And the thing about the Peavey basses is they took great care and time with their pickups. And this is a passive bass, and I'm always impressed with a passive bass that you plug it in and it sounds great because of the pickups. The pickups are great in these. I forget what they call these Peavey pickups, but they obviously did a great job with them. They're wound pretty tight in there, several winds, and this sounds as good as one of my preamped basses, and it's passive. And I'm actually debating, I love those preamps. I'm actually debating whether I should put a preamp in here or not, because this is a great sounding passive bass. Maple neck, of course. A little worn, it's been played, and I've picked this up for about 185 used. I tell you, it's a great sounding bass. I'll review it later on and give you what it sounds like out there. Great bass, and it's passive. Great bass. I'm really hardly debating whether I should go ahead and put the preamp in or not. I love those preamps, but I'm debating, well, if I put the preamp in and it sounds horrible, I'm gonna have to kick myself in the tail for doing that, because then I'd have to. It's not impossible to go back to being a passive again, but I'd have to keep all the hardware and put the original stuff back in there again. Taking it to my luthier. Didn't I just work on this? Yeah, you probably did. I have to do it. I want it back the way it was before. Oh, really? I'm going through that kind of stuff. But as far as right now, it's a great sounding passive bass. It's one of my favorites. One of my favorite fives. Like I just said, the Squire Affinity 5 with it has much a thicker neck on it. Probably would have been here if it hadn't been for this new purchase. I played it and played it and played it. I like it just a little bit better than that Squire 5 Affinity. So, sorry, Squire 5 Affinity. I didn't want to hurt your feelings. See, I talk to these basses like they have personalities. Am I weird? But yeah, I like this Peavey. I like this Peavey Foundation. Nice. And it's a toss-up between this, going back all the way over here, to the Ibanez GSR 205 as the lightest bass, the lightest weighted bass. I think, I'll have to find out later, I think that the GSR 205 is a little bit lighter weighted than this Foundation. This Foundation is a breeze to play and wear, so to speak. What am I doing? Here's the Foundation. That's a Squire. Here's the Foundation. Sorry about that. Yeah, very lightweight, and yeah, I'll probably put a preamp in it. You know me. I hope it enhances those pickups even more. I think it'll sound pretty good. Okay, these are my 5 favorite 5-string basses, and we're going to start all over again. I'll tell you what they are. This is the Ibanez GSR 205. Nice bass, nice sounding bass. Doesn't cost you an arm and a leg. I think new, this was it's been a while. Brand new, this was $250. A few years ago. It'll probably go for $300 now. And we come to the Schecter Diamond series of basses. This is the Schecter Stiletto Extreme 5. Love the craftsmanship of this bass. I bought this new about $359, I think it was. I love that. This is the bass with that vinyl binding on the neck. Very beautiful fingerboard inlays. Here's another one with some beautiful fingerboard inlays. I've been told several times these are called shark tooth inlays. This is the Jackson JS3 5. Great sounding bass, as you'll notice in one of my reviews. Also like that impressive headstock. It's different. It just grabs at you, it stabs you. Careful of poking your eye. And here comes that Squire, Fender Squire, jazz bass. Let me stick to detail. This is the vintage modified, they call it. And this came passive. I added a few things on it. I put in a preamp. Started off with actually 3 knobs, and now it has 4 because of the preamp. I did add the badass bridge there. The beautiful Duncan designed pickups were already there, already standard. Give it a little vintage feel. Put a pickup cover over it, and that's about it. Fender Squire vintage modified jazz bass. And the new kid on the block. Yeah, this is the Peavey Foundation. Very impressed with this bass. Very lightweight. Very playable. Great pickups. These sounds. I'm gonna have to review this and show you how these things sound. And very nice. Very impressive. Yeah. Very inexpensively made. I got this used. They don't make these anymore, as far as I know. And got this about 180 something. So yeah, that's it. Picture my mother up there. My brother's on the side. These are my 5 favorite 5s. Oh yeah. Aren't they beauties? I love them all. My 5 favorite 5s. In no particular order. I'm not going to say, like I said before, I'm not going to say which is my favorite, which is my least favorite. They're all my favorite. My 5 favorite 5s, period. And I got a couple more 5s hiding themselves around here. And they're not my favorites. Sorry guys, these are. So that's about it from the maxproud channel. Hope you enjoyed that. Another top 5 list. And thank you for looking, as always. We'll see you again. Until the next bass.